My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 26, 2025. It is exactly 4 a.m. This is the background for 1,511 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. Estimate revenue $102.88. Analytics, come on, 2,878 views in the last 48 hours. So I just create a list. Throughout the day, I was just going through my phone, likes, and then once I'm at my computer to create the list, I just went on my like folder and grabbed some of those tweets to share with you. I might have another video on PYTE. So if you are new, I have two channels, well, three channels. One, I focus on Harry and Meghan's work, which is our Port of View service. And I have this one, APTS Sussex, where I talk about all sort of gossip type of things that the squads are talking about, or it may not be the squad, some politics here and there. And PYTE, since it is monetized, I focus on the positive things of Harry and Meghan's work. Okay, since our Port of View service is demonetized, sometimes there are work that Harry is doing or Meghan, I will put it on PYTE. But if it was monetized, all of their work will be on our Port of View service. Okay, so YouTube doesn't want to monetize it, and in my view the channels is clean. All right, so we did this. Let's go on Twitter, X. I don't know how many I have this on the list. I don't know how many tweets I have, but let's get started. This is the first tweet. They were made for each other. Harry for Meghan, Meghan for Harry. I thought that was cute. Look at them. Who would have thought? Who would have thought they would cross paths? I remember her telling the story of watching Princess Diana's funeral as a child and how she just cried uncontrollably, especially at seeing Prince Harry grieve the loss of his mom. Even as a child, her soul knew. Wow, I never heard of that story. This is the first time I'm reading this. Too vacuous, but oh, there's that word here. Oh, please. You see, they all into the squad stuff. Let me respond to this. Okay, so this is what I grabbed for this idiot. Okay, they both are tabloid slayers. Keep telling yourself stupid stuff. There's this spot here with Meghan winning her case, and there's this one with Harry settling and won the lawsuit against the paper. All right, so let's do this and then black. They all are into anything that mention Harry and Meghan. There's that. This person is laughing. Okay, well, let's leave that alone. All right, let's go to the next one. That was just the first tweet. Next one. You know what? While I'm there, let's just black, because I don't think it meant good intention. I don't have to come across it again. Next tweet. Okay. Prince Harry warned them, I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mom. All right, so let's listen to this. It's only 37 seconds. There will be screenshots.
Look, part of this job and part of any job, like everybody, means putting on a brave face and turning a cheek to a lot of this stuff. But again, for me and for my wife, you know, of course there's a lot of stuff that hurts, especially when the majority of it is untrue. But all we need to do is focus on being real and focus on being the people that we are, and standing up for what we believe in. I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mum.
It's funny. I've listened, well, I don't listen to this interview too many times where I will sort of remember where I hear certain things. I forgot he said this part here about being real, being true. This is what makes his job look so fun and easy. Okay, I know the topic here is about the tabloid. He's not playing the game with them. Okay, but that part caught my attention. I need to look for the full interview so I could, if I need certain things when I'm making certain points, I could grab it from there. I never remember hearing this part.
But all we need to do is focus on being real and
That's
focus
it.
on being the people that we are.
That's it. Being real, being the people that they are. So this is what makes their job look so easy. And the other brother can't. He has to perform. Wow, I need to get this by itself. Or maybe the entire interview of that. I have it somewhere, but I haven't listened to it too much. Okay? That's such a great clip. Trace back to when I started researching to understand what could have gone so wrong. Very interesting. It's akin to biblical story about Cain and Abel. Only the twist is that all the British system are corrupt to the point of shielding a feckless Cain and targeted Abel. Very well said. There's that. Okay. He has proven to Charles, William, and of course Camilla the man that he is and the incredible love that he had for his mom, the woman that Charles and Camilla were so utterly cruel to. The thing is that from what I've read, is that Camilla sort of picked Princess Diana for Charles because they thought she would be too easily manipulated. But little did they know, she was a dragon from the inside. There's a video that I did. YouTube refused. Okay, when I upload it, they accept it, everything is fine. But they always come back to it to give some random issues. I need to redo that video where I have a cat, a black and white cat running, walking, looking so innocently, and then I will show a part where there's inside of that cat is a lion. Okay, that was meant to represent Meghan being in the royal family. They were laughing at her and all of that, and then she fought the tabloid and won. So that's where the lion come out. But that's what the thing sort of represent. But with Charles and Camilla and Princess Diana, they didn't think Princess Diana had it in her. And then there's videos of her saying, about her strength and resilience, confuse them. They don't know where she's going to use her strength for to fight them and kind of things like that.
They see me as a threat of some kind, and I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path, and I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go in and do an engagement and there's a great many people there.
So that's what this reminds me of. I don't explain it very well, but I just started, okay? Yeah. He has proven to Charles, William, and of course Camilla the man that he is and the incredible love he had for his mom. And the other thing as well with Charles, they weaken him. This is something, I'm not saying this is a fact, but for some reason, this is what I believe. They weaken Charles since he was a child. I have a tweet where, it's on the list actually, where Charles was talking about his mom then really like nurture him or something like that. So, okay, I'm going to put it right after. Let me pause and maybe I could go between the two tweets. All right, this tweet here. Probably the only time in his life where Charles thought honesty was the best policy. Queen Elizabeth was reportedly left very upset by King Charles' harsh and very public criticism of her parenting style. The king has been open about growing up with emotionally distant parenting. Okay, this I think play a very crucial role in human being that Charles has become. Why do I say that? It's because when the Queen just got into her, the throne, I was going to say to her power, but the throne is that they send her overseas. I don't know, men in gray suit booked her, to do different engagement overseas. I think she is known to be one of the queen who travel the most or something like that. So meanwhile, while she's traveling, she left Charles behind as a toddler. So this is where they were molding Charles, okay, away from the Queen, make him feel afraid of almost everything, okay. And then meanwhile, the Queen is out there doing her thing. And when Prince Philip tried to toughen him up, they already had cut his wings, so to speak, because he's not, I was going to say not blood prince, but they sort of blood in terms of relation with the Queen, cousins and stuff like that. But because he was not the one to take the throne, because he married Anne, sort of, so they don't take his advice as anything, because he was not, he wasn't gonna be the king. They even cut his title not being king. They didn't call him king, but that horse, for some reason, she decided to call herself queen. But anyway, the whole point for bringing this, even though it was already on the list, is that they been training Charles to be a weak king for a moment like this, because this was systematic. They were leading to that. They wanted a weak king. That way, those business people, those, shadow government could control him, so to speak. I spoke about shadow government in one of my videos. Okay, there's some comment here, but let's finish with this one. All right. He has proven to Charles, William, and of course Camilla, the man that he is, that's Harry, okay, and the incredible love that he had for his mom, the woman that Charles and Camilla were so utterly cruel to. They should be ashamed of themselves. Charles' reign will be totally insignificant in the future. That is true. And then meanwhile, some of the things that they did, they always choose the wrong way of doing things for some reason. Leading up to Charles' coronation, they knew the Queen was about to go, okay? They approved, which one came first? I think William's statement about calling his mom paranoid came first, and then after was the Queen accepting, allegedly, okay, because, who knows if the Queen was aware of whatever it is that they were telling her. Who knows? That the Queen accept Camilla as Queen consort, okay, to make it easy for them to get into the throne, so that way they could be at ease on the throne. They will not be talking about Princess Diana. There's William already approve what BBC said. I don't know, it could be a sham thing, just to cater to what they plan on doing, okay?
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said.
And do you think that because of the way you behave, that's precluded you effectively from becoming queen?
Yes, not precluded me, I wouldn't say that. I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did.
You mean within the royal household?
Mm-hmm. They see me as a threat of some kind.
The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Had you always wanted to have a family?
Yes, I came from a family where there were 4 of us, so we had enormous fun there. And then William and Harry arrived. Fortunately, 2 boys. It would have been a little tricky if it had been 2 girls, but that in itself brings responsibilities of bringing them up. William's future being as it is, and Harry was sort of like a form of a backup in that aspect.
How did the rest of the royal family react when they learnt that the child that you were to have was going to be a boy?
Well, everybody was thrilled to bits. It was been quite a difficult pregnancy. I hadn't been very well throughout it. So by the time William arrived, there was great relief because it was all peaceful again, and I was well for a time. Then I was unwell with postnatal depression, which no one ever discusses postnatal depression. You have to read about it afterwards, and that in itself was a bit of a difficult time. You'd wake up in the morning feeling you didn't want to get out of bed, you felt misunderstood, and you're just very, very low in yourself.
Was this completely out of character for you?
Yes, very much so. I've never had a depression in my life. But then when I analysed it, I could see that the changes I'd made in the last year had all caught up with me, and my body had said, we want a rest.
Did you seek help from any other members of the royal family?
No. You have to know that when you have bulimia, you're very ashamed of yourself, and you hate yourself. So, and people think you're wasting food. So you don't discuss it with people. And the thing about bulimia is your weight always stays the same, whereas with anorexia you visibly shrink. So you can pretend the whole way through. There's no proof.
But what saddens me most is that if the BBC had properly investigated the complaints and concerns first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she had been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions. It is my firm view that this Panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again. It effectively established a false narrative which for over a quarter of a century has been commercialised by the BBC and others. This settled narrative now needs to be addressed by the BBC and anyone else who has written or intends to write about these events. In an era of fake news, public service broadcasting and a free press have never been more important. These failings, identified by investigative journalists, not only let my mother down and my family down.
William called his mom paranoid. Queen accept the horse as consort, and then the coronation. And they didn't want to talk about Princess Diana at all. And then there's this. All right? When, well, this thing, the phone hacking started since before Meghan came. But the thing that I think fueled Harry to pursue that lawsuit is that they went after his wife. They doing unethical things. They don't want to change. They don't want to listen. They don't want to do anything that is proper, so people don't have to blackmail them for anything. They just want to do whatever it is that they want. And then they throwing Harry under the bus, his wife. So once they shift their behavior from Harry and now to his wife, it was all over. Harry was not having it. All right. If you watch other videos, there's other tweets that the squad bring with receipt about when Harry was trying to figure out who's putting things on the paper, and there's names that he came up with when he talked to the secretaries, and the secretaries, you know, tried to threaten him, remove that name from the paper, the lawsuit or something like that, and Harry said no, and then everything went haywire. Harry was not having it. Okay, they should be ashamed of themselves. Charles' reign will be totally insignificant in the future. There's one comment under this here. Oh, okay, so that's a different language. I won't be able to read that. Okay, unless if I put it on Google. His genuine humanity shines through, and every interaction he has, it must be agonizing for him to relieve the terror and the cruelty his mother experienced. I'm grateful he has Megan and is not alone, as his mother was in this brutal tabloid experience. That is true. There was something he said in the video. Okay, let's see something. Let's listen to it again.
Like, part of this job and part of any job, like everybody, means putting on a brave face and turning a cheek to a lot of this stuff.
This is the thing here as well. Okay, all those negative things they keep on saying. You know, he understands his position. There it is, reinforcing it in this clip. He understands his position. He knows he has to let a lot of things slide. You cannot keep on, you know, attacking the tabloid all the time. They will say their things, but, you know, minor thing he let go. But there are things that he will not, you know, let it slide by.
Again, for me and for my wife, you know, of course there's a lot of stuff that hurts, especially when the majority of it is untrue. But all we need to do is focus on being real and focus on being the people that we are, and standing up for what we believe in. I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mum.
Okay, that's the thing. He understands. And this is, he gave his brother his word and said that, you know, let's do this pact, put our heads together to not deal with the tabloid. He was telling William the truth, and William was not telling him the truth. And you see what happened. It's like, you know, he crossed his fingers behind his back as he spoke to Harry. That's William, that is. Okay, that's that. Prince Harry won history books. Harry, however, will be hugely remembered in the history books. That's for sure. This is the thing as well. The things that the tabloid was creating, those characters, okay, how they cast each person in the royal family. Okay, Meghan coming in, they wanted to cast her as this, you know, the same narrative they threw around the world about dark-skinned people. So they started with Meghan thinking that, you know, this will stick. Meanwhile, Meghan already had a history. People already knew her. She was on social media. People were following her. So when they were trying to cast her as this, the people said no. So the narrative did not stick. But the thing is that what the tabloid was doing with Princess Diana as well is that putting all this BS on the paper. So when the future, like for myself now, if I were to research about Princess Diana, the thing that I would have been seeing about Princess Diana would have been the tabloid's headline, this BS that they're writing. So Princess Diana was correcting it as it goes. And then you have William who came and squashed everything and said, don't accept it. Do not air it again. Don't do this. Don't do that. Whatever.
It is my firm view that this panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again. It effectively established a false narrative which for over a quarter of a century has been commercialised by the BBC and others. This settled narrative now needs to be addressed by the BBC and anyone else who has written or intends to write about these events.
Okay, erase everything that his mother said. And then there's Harry who came back and said, no, you're going to apologize to my mom. My mom wasn't crazy. My mom wasn't this. My mom wasn't that. And then with Meghan, as we move forward, each nonsense that they put, the squad, okay, I was not part of this, was refuting it and saying, nope, what you're writing is not right. This is what she did. This is what she is. This kind of thing. So these people have been writing stuff for the future. And it was full-blown BS. Nonsense. To make themselves look good. So when we read history books, sometimes we need to question ourselves. Who's writing it? And which perspective are they taking it from? All right. That's that. And I have a video on PYTE. I think someone wrote a book and I did a review or something. And I said it was for the history books, not for the it was for the future, not for the current, our lifetime kind of thing. So when our great grandkids were searching for about Meghan, this is the BS that they were gonna see. So we have court documents. This is why Harry and one of many reasons why Harry and Meghan go to court, to make sure it is written there. So you cannot dispute what was in court. But the tabloid, they could write whatever they want. And then it's up to the people who they're writing about, to refute it. Okay? I'm with you on that. A lot of people are with you. Just keep being yourself. You only have one life. That's it. And this is what makes their engagement looks so easy, because they're being themselves. But the other ones, I even pointed out during the Queen's the week-long of funeral kind of thing, when they went out for the engagement, all four of them, you could see the guru guy was pointing to William where he should be, how he should. I pointed out the moment that I saw it. And I call it PR 101. This guy don't know how to be himself. He doesn't know how to be himself. In my humble opinion. Okay, as I said a couple things, just look at the screen. I will show you some of the thumbnails that of those particular videos. You could go back and look at them. Okay, a king in the making, his mom knew. Principled man, I still can't believe that the majority of people think that being a member of the royal family is a cool thing in these last decades. Harry now has the most important thing that can be bought with money: the freedom of modern life without protocols and a toxic environment. And the worst thing is that being a royal could have been fine, but it's the rules that these people are putting on themselves. Who put the rules? Who create these protocols? You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. It's them. Even the way they're trying to control the world, there is this class system. They want people to be seen at a certain... It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. It's them who's creating this nonsense. And then the worst thing is they refuse to let people be. They want to categorize people. This is where you're supposed to stay. This is this group. You're supposed to be here. This group's supposed to be that. It's full-blown BS. It's human being who's creating this nonsense. Life is very easy. Okay? With the only thing, when natural disaster or, natural disaster could be, whatever, hurricane, storms, you name it, or you have a sickness that came in, okay, that it was not your fault to create it, Well, sometime when you get sick, there's little things you could do to prevent from being sick. Like, for instance, if it's minus degrees outside, you go outside without a jacket or something to keep you warm, you probably will get sick, especially if you're not from that area. There are people who are from those areas, can stay outside for a short period of time without any warmth, okay? And then they go back in and whatever. But if you from, let's say, the desert or the Caribbean or something like that, and you go to a place that's below, freezing, yes, you probably will get sick if you don't have anything to keep you warm. So there are things you could keep yourself from, prevent yourself from being sick in terms of natural kind of thing. But other things that you have no control of, all right, so this you could manage. But everything else, the rules, the regulation, it's human beings. We are making ourselves so freaking, our life miserable, making it difficult, when the only thing we should be focusing on, food, shelter, clothing. Through that, many of these, you have to work to get it. Even in that, many human beings or create obstacles. They want people to stay in poverty, create different levels of stupidity to get a job. Yes, I could understand you need certain jobs need education, need training, and all of that. But if you are qualified for it, there should not be any other obstacles for you to get the job to earn the money. But these people are human beings are creating unnecessary burden at every turn of human lives. And then what they're producing, making people see on TV, flashing on a tabloid, those expensive stuff, they're making it, you need this in order for it to survive. No. Many young people need to go to basic understanding. What is important in life? Your well-being. You need food to survive. You need shelter. These are the basics. And then everything else is just extra. Now, if you have extra money or extra of whatever, you could do the luxury stuff. I'm not saying you cannot. But where they're making it seems like you must have these crazy stuff that they're creating in order for it to survive. No, you don't. Your health is number one. Without your health, what's everything? Nothing else. You need food. You have to work to get money to produce food. You need shelter. You have to work to pay for your bills. These kind of things. But everything else is just ridiculous. All right, there's the clap here. Harry, okay, whatever. You could make fun of him, but he knows what he's doing to keep himself sane and stable. Okay, 100%. Not everyone can endure lies being told against them. Again, staying mute does not help in this social media world. You need to respond and defend your integrity. AI does not even help. That's true. I agree with that. Has a bigger fight with regard the people though. Okay, part of this job. What job? Being a public figure. The thing that he's doing. Well, even where he's at now, even though he's not the working royal, he's doing things. He understands. This is why many times they ignore those people. But there are things that goes too far. When it goes too far, you gaslight crazies to do stupid things. So this is where he has to fight. I mean, these are basic things. You just knock on wood. You never experience an inch of what Harry and Meghan are enduring because it's unnecessary. All right, let's block this if you cannot understand. This is very basic. What job? Look the things that they're doing. Any public figure, okay? They need to learn to block certain things. There are noise, there will be noise, but when it goes too far, they need to stand up. All right, so there's the Guardian here, police request, transcript. I did read this article. It's in one of my videos. Okay, let's see here. Could have been yesterday's recording. Okay, why is everyone acting like Harry didn't win his first case in court but still had to pay everyone's legal fees for everyone because his judgment was less than he was offered? Y'all think Shelbourne is stupid. Y'all just mad Harry outmaneuver y'all dumb asses. Okay, so what are they talking about? Is it that phone hacking case? That was the only recent thing that, okay, let's see it. They're all incredibly stupid. David Shelbourne is an incredibly talented litigator. Lawyers' fees will never be paid by Harry. The people on social media and mainstream are trying to minimize this monumental win for Harry by claiming he will walk away with very little because they think David is so stupid that he won't ensure legal bills are part of the settlement. They're talking about the recent case that Harry won. Because if they know Harry has an 8-figure settlement, then how could they possibly run stories about how broke they are? Where do they get their money? When will their money run out so we can convince them to come back to the UK? It's all insanity. All right. And furthermore, no one knows how much he got. Yeah, some of the royal rats already putting some numbers. Realistically speaking, the Sun was adamant not to have the case started and gave Harry everything he wanted. Think he's only asked for 10 million knowing the cost of his legal fees and how they destroy his childhood. It's deliberate and intended to water down the win. Prince Harry got the triple-double admission, the bag, apology, and hopefully Piers will be sharing showers with Big Dale. crossing fingers. Yeah, okay, that's the article again. I read it in one of my videos. So there's that here. That's an ad. Okay, they seriously learned a lot in that first lawsuit. Sherborne was like, not again on my watch. Okay, I don't even think it was about the first lawsuit as much as it was Murdoch's desperation for the case not to be aired in court. Harry was already settling with paying their court fees, but because they gave him and Diana the unequivocal apology he wanted, he accepted their offer. Yeah, they know what the... I mean, Harry literally told them at the Deal Book Summit in New York when they asked him about the lawsuit.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
Because they
the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
Okay, so they know what they had to do, but they were still playing him. They think Harry was bluffing. So when they realized they were in court, okay, that what is it, the Guardian article we just saw, and I say I read it already. They say in that article it was minutes leading to for the case to be start, and then the NGN settle. It's the same thing they did with what's the other one? They did the same thing with Dominion in the US. Okay, he actually had no reason to continue once they admitted guilt and apologized. That's the thing. The derangers don't get it. Even one of the commentators, that woman, was saying, but this and that. I forgot how she put it, but I remember saying, what the hell? What was he supposed to do now after they apologized to him? Was he supposed to still continue and argue with himself? Okay, it is now up to the UK to change their laws and make it so victims do not have to pay for fighting for what's right. I don't know if the people who are in power right now, even, what is it? Not the Tories, what's the other one? Labours, they all are on the packets of those papers. But it will have to be someone who, I don't know, who really care about the people to do that, to change the law. In the Mirror case, the test articles prove Harry's initial claim that he was hacked. The judge awarded him a small judgment, but that was just a test. Okay, Harry agreed to settle the remainder of the articles that were part of his claim, but were never tested in court for a... oh my God. Okay, for a court substantial settlement and also legal fees. I don't know why people think lawyers are stupid and want to ensure their clients get all their costs over. Okay, I don't know why people think lawyers are stupid and would ensure their clients get all their costs covered. Laughing my ass off. Okay, for that case, the Mirror had to cover Prince Harry's entire legal costs in addition to substantial damages. All right, let's see this here. Okay, that's good. One of the things I've been looking for is transcript of what happened in court. But later when I find out, they didn't even get to start the lawsuit. But the thing is that I still wanted to know how they presented to the judge saying they settled it, so there won't be anything. I still need to see that. But anyway, so let's see this part here. Eventually, I'll get the entire thing at some point. Okay, summary. Prince Harry has given substantial additional damages in his claim against Mirror Group newspapers, his lawyer says. Okay, so that probably, if he add more things to it, is because of the Leveson inquiry. Because previously, the judge had said he could only add more to it if it comes from the Leveson inquiry that the government allow him to view the documents. It cannot be a hearsay or whatever YouTubers are saying, or whatever anybody on social media is saying. That's the way I put it, but that's not the way the judge said. But pretty much, Harry will have to get permission from the UK government to view the Leveson inquiry. It is only that way the judge will allow it. Okay? So now that Sunak had allowed Harry to view the Leveson inquiry, so he had more backups. So that's probably that, in my humble opinion. So now that NGN realized that Harry has more things to it, and then they said some stuff at the Leveson inquiry, so they had to find a way to settle. Okay? The Royal had accused the newspaper group of unlawfully gathering information to write stories about him. In December, he won 15 claims in his case, with the High Court ruling there had been widespread and habitual use of phone hacking at Mirror newspapers. At today's hearing, the Prince's lawyer, David Sherburne, said MGN... Why did I say NGN? Did I say NGN before? So is it MGN? Okay, whatever. But said MGN had agreed to pay damages plus the Duke's cost for making the claim. Ah, very interesting. She had everything. Sherburne added that the Mirror Group had agreed to make a cost payment of about £400,000 with further costs to be assessed. The Mirror Group said it was pleased to have reached the agreement and moved forward from event that took place many years ago. Okay, there's byline here. Okay, experts have said that this case is turning out to be very expensive for MGN in terms of legal costs and damage to its reputation. I need to look for this. This is a screenshot of byline. So I need to look for this and maybe stay tuned for that for a later video. Okay?
A few moments later.
So while I'm editing, I went to look for it and I did find it. And it's not an article. It was the screenshot. This is the screenshot that the person had taken, but I went directly on byline now. It's not a screenshot that you are seeing right now. So experts have said that this case is turning out to be very expensive for MGN in terms of legal costs and damage to its reputation. All right, so that was back in February 2024. Okay, so let me go into the retweet of byline and see what some people were saying. Again, back in 2024, Prince Harry has settled his phone hacking case in full with Mirror Group after the company caved in on the remainder of the Duke's claim. Okay, so back in 2024. Okay, the King of the Royal Courts get his damage and legal fees paid. Okay, all these back in 2024. My guy, Haza. When the truth is on your side, you are as bold as a lion. Congratulations, Prince Harry. Okay, the mission continues. Daily Fail must be watching closely. Okay, OMG, now Met Police UK need to do their job. So they've been saying this since back in 2024. There's all of that now on the Daily Fail. All right, so this is back in 2024. I thought they were the squad with the GIF. I thought there was an article that associated with that, but it's just tweet. Okay, so byline retweet itself. This was back in 2024, and this again back in 2024. So they retweeted themselves. So there's no article. All right, so don't be waiting for it. I had to do it right away, otherwise I might forget to mention it. Okay, so it's done with. There won't be another video related to that because it's just screenshot and it's back in 2024. For those who are new, okay, my channel pretty much catered to Sussex squad who are not on Twitter or any form of social media. Okay, so as I learn some of this stuff, I share them with you, the important things. Sometimes they are silly, yes, I understand, and that doesn't mean you have to agree with my opinion, but I try to get all the goody stuff for the people who still want to follow Harry and Meghan, but they're not on social media, especially Twitter. Many of them cannot stand Twitter because of the negativity, but I shuffle through Twitter to find the good stuff. Okay, so this is on my list to look for. Let me take a screenshot of it when I go under Byline's Twitter account for me to look for it. Okay, so stay tuned for that when I do find it.
A few moments later.
So it's done with. There won't be another video related to that because it's just screenshot and it's back in 2024. Okay, lawyers have invested interest in obtaining the best possible outcome for the client. Why? Future clients, legal reputation. That is, yes, yes. Okay, the British media is also downplaying it because it was able to buy off William, the future king, for £1 million. The Wagga can't look like they had to pony up more for the fifth in line to the throne. They dumb him down, they scare him. The same tactic passed on from Charles to William. Okay, by the time Charles have kid, especially when Princess Diana gone, they water down William even more. Okay, and then they allow him to do whatever he wants, and then they're keeping tab on him. Okay, and then when they need something, or if he's gonna do something, they scare him with whatever if they disagree with him. Okay, Willie settled in 2020 for phone hacking. In 2021, he said mom was paranoid. That's the thing here. Okay, in 2024, discovered Willie silently took £1 million. Okay, that's 2 court documents. Okay, Harry does not speak to the tabloid about things like that. It's 2 court documents. Okay, oops, okay, that's fine. I didn't mean to click on it. In 2025, Harry got more in settlement and fees paid and a public apology for himself and his mother. Harry won. Okay, you just repeat what other people said. What is it? Parroting exactly. I mean, we read it. Forget what we read. David Sherborne spoke, the Harry's lawyer. So it's not parroting anything. Let's see here. Let me finish with this BS. You're just repeating what other people said, parroting exactly the same inaccurate phrases. If you knew anything about this, you will know that William got an apology years ago and did not call his mother. What the hell? He did not call his mom paranoid. Why did we see him standing in front of the thing for?
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
Whatever. He did call his mom paranoid. Let's go back. So Willie settled us that. The biggest con here is assuming they know the amount of money he got. The fact that they're still trying to limit this 8 figure to 10 million when 8 figures could mean 10 million or 99 million. The squad were guessing how much Harry got, and one of them said 10 million, and I put like 99 million and so many nines after. They are busy trying to convince the masses that it was H who settled, Murdoch settled, he had to pay. Okay, the Mirror case ended with a settlement too, to not bring any further trials on a further 115 articles which were upcoming. MGN also paid for his full legal fees. I presume that was his request. Then he dropped the case since he won the case that was only based on 14 articles. Okay, the press are just mad. They lost 8 weeks of content. That's probably true too. Murdoch back down, not Harry. That's it. All right, let's move on. Next tweet. This recording might have part 1 and part 2. Depend how long I stay. Okay, because I'm 40 minutes already. Okay, Murdoch Sunday headlines. There's that. They zip. They didn't say anything about the phone hacking Harry won. Okay, on good King Harry name, those moronic idiots know how to keep Prince Harry out of their mouth. Yeah, and not only that, if it was a negative thing, if they were the one who won, it will be plastered everywhere. They will make sure of that. And it's the same thing that they did with Meghan, with the letter, the privacy case. They put it so small, and then you didn't hear them talk too much about it. I think the only part that they were talking about is the $1 fee, because Meghan, it was about principle, okay, to show people it wasn't about the money. But they took it to another. I'm telling you, those people with their wording is unbelievable. There's no comment, and she blacked her comments. There's 4 retweet. Let's go to the next one. Okay, maybe I'll start a new video on this point here about Princess Diana. Okay, I did it, Mom. I clear your name. That's so true. I love this picture. I might use that on my thumbnails. Oh, you lovely boy. We love you so much. I really hope he feels the full effect of the love people have for him around the world. All right, so there's that. That's the GIF. There's the cry. The best son, Prince Harry. And we thank you for clearing your beloved Diana's name. Okay, yes, he did clean his mother's name. God bless King Harry. There's that. A lot of emojis. Warms my heart. Very proud of our good King Harry. All right, next tweet. Okay, that's this here. Charles didn't listen the last time, but I bet he listened now. Oh my God, the way the squad be writing the caption and the picture that they use. Okay, I bet he won't. I just put that. What? Oh my God, it's an hour already? I felt like I just voted. Yeah, that's why I said they never learn. They will continue, pick up exactly where they left off. They, have sleepless night in terms of how they could jump this hurdle that they put themselves in. Okay, I'm talking about the royal family. But once they clear off that, they're gonna continue doing some BS, and then the same thing, the process repeat again. But they have the money to just clear things off for him. Oh, what a great pick. On point for this moment. He should have known. Her mom, his mom knew and educated Prince Harry in accordance, had off Lady Di. That's right. Okay. What I got from here, educate Prince Harry in accordance. That's right. Because he was not gonna go to the throne. The other brother was. So Princess Diana was starting to train him. Okay, things you could do without being on the throne. That is true. And I think Princess Diana was training both of them for their respective roles. But the kind of sensibility that Diana was putting in William, common sense things, the people, once you focus with the people and you back the people up, you should be okay. But what Diana was teaching William was against what the institution was doing. You see Princess Diana taking both of them to shelters, to homelessness, to see how those people live and all of that. This is not what the institution, the machinery wanted. Look at where we are now. As I'm speaking, January 26, 2025. Look what is happening in the UK. People are hungry, well, pretty much around the world. And then the US put its foot in its mouth and then repeating the same BS that the UK did to itself after remove themselves from the EU. Okay, so it's the same thing. We look at the situation right now. You see people are hungry and this and that, and then the rich and powerful are moving forward. It was their goal. The people, the way Princess Diana was teaching both boys was against the institution. But the thing that they did here is that they never really paid too much attention to Harry. All right, they did in a way because they were throwing him to the wolves because he wasn't the chosen one. William was the chosen one. So anything bad, they throw it to Harry.
While Princess Diana tried to make sure there was no preferential treatment between her boys. Some say other members of the royal family were not always so sensitive.
When they would go to see the Queen Mother at Clarence's house, the best sandwiches and the chocolatiest biscuits were always kept aside and offered first to William. Harry would have to wait. And Diana was aware of this, and I think that was why she always made a point of petting Harry, of just giving him that little bit of extra attention, because Harry knew that William was the number one son.
Meanwhile, that, however, was somewhat strengthening Harry in a different kind of way after Princess Diana left. Okay? The pain and agony and things that he was going through, they were building a different type of human being, but instead, they were just throwing him, as they throwing him, Harry, to the wolves, the tabloid, anything negative, they throw him to the wolves. Okay? They were building a different type of brother. Okay? And at the same time, Harry had Princess Diana teaching within him. Okay? So all of this, I think, in my humble opinion, play a role to the men that both brothers have become. Okay? They removed, when Princess Diana died, they reprogrammed William to be that kind of a human being. They remove, who knows what sort of lies they put in his head, even for him to go stand in front of national TV to read this nonsense about Princess Diana. And then they made sure to add, this is what he remembered when he was young, seeing Princess Diana. It's full-blown BS. Okay? And he went along with it. If it was Harry would question it. All right? Look how much of a hurdle Harry went to clear his mother's name. It's all of this. They keep on adding so much pain onto Harry, and they make Harry react different way that they didn't expect him to do. All right, and he tried to turn the cheek, like he said in one of the videos that I put. I don't know if I'm gonna make 2 videos here. Okay, earlier with let me see if I could find it. Let me finish with this here. Okay, he tried to tell him, LOL, there's a laugh, nice one. Let me pause and look for that video. This is the video that I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm gonna divide this video into 2, part 1 and part 2, but this is what I was making reference to. Let's play it. 37 seconds, screenshot.
Look, part of this job and part of any job, like everybody, means putting on a brave face and turning a cheek to a lot of this stuff. But again, for me and for my wife, there's of course there's a lot of stuff that hurts. Especially when the majority of it is untrue. But all we need to do is focus on being real and focus on being the people that we are, and standing up for what we believe in. I will not be bullied into playing a game that killed my mum.
All right, so that was that. Okay, back to this. I'm done with this video. Okay, I mean this tweet. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, there's that.